then.
I just think it's amazing that our television programs are based on video games now, not
remember, they tried to
around.
do that so many times and they screwed it up because, like, if you look at the, they tried to do Halo and that didn't work out so well. They tried to do Assassin's Creed and that wasn't great. They've done it like all the Street Fighter movies, which those are like lovably bad.
Right.
But they've tried to do video games and it was kind of a joke about how cursed video game movies were until Last of Us, Fallout.
Right.
Like we're kind of breaking.
Well, they're doing a
curse
good
now.
job. I haven't watched all of Fallout. I'm in the middle.
It's so good,
of it,
dude.
yeah.
It's so good.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's, you know, it's the Nolans. The Nolan brothers are crazy. It's Jonathan Nolan that's doing it, who did Westworld.
I didn't know that.
Christopher Nolan's brother, yeah.
Okay.
But he's also like really great in his own right. Because like I said, he did Westworld. He does like these great television universes.
I met Christopher Nolan.
Cool.
And at the Beechwood Cafe, and they're out of coffee there. No, I'm kidding. You know that, right? The Harry Styles song. He sings that. I'm out of the
yeah,
coffee.
he's ruined it. That's what you and
He's ruined it, right?
Yeah,
Yes, we
my
went there.
mom and Yulia went, and Tony went to the Beechwood.
Christopher Nolan was there, and I was like, oh my God, I'm such a fan. So he was leaving, and I was like, I have to say something. So I went out, and I was like, I'm just such a fan, and thank you. And he shook my hand. He was very nice.
No, yeah.
He clearly hasn't watched Wizards of Waverly Place.
It's kind of a little outside of his time. Okay, so Teresa gets angry about random magic being done in the house. And Jerry
Always.
says she needs to be more understanding because, or no, the kids need to be more understanding because Teresa doesn't understand magic, which results in a huge fight and Teresa ignoring Jerry and the kids going, oh, every time you step in it.
It was so funny.
It was a good gag. It was a really good gag. Ooh, and Jerry steps in it with Teresa so many times.
Yeah, and it was funny. I mean, I thought it was well done. I was laughing at myself, as I do.
Well, I mean, you're funny. So in the lair, Jerry's trying to make it right by going to get Teresa I'm sorry gifts.
Right.
Which we've talked about this before, about
Yes.
how when he screws up, his immediate thing is, that's his love language, I guess, is gifts. Which makes sense because he's so cheap.
Or maybe that's what works
Teresa's love
for
language.
Teresa. Yeah,
Oh, I can see
because
that.
I mean, obviously we know Jerry's cheap, and if he buys something
It means
for
something.
Maria,
Yeah.
I was going to say Maria, for Teresa.
Well, I mean, you can buy things for Marie. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. I'm sure she'd be confused, but she'd appreciate it. So Jerry's trying to make it right for I'm sorry gifts. Alex decides to help her parents by ordering Cupid on the World Wide Wiz Web to shoot Teresa with a love arrow so her parents can make up. Justin then chides in that Alex, how can you do this? Because mom's mad that we were using magic and now you're going to use magic to solve your problems, which, again, Alex does every single episode of Wizards of Waverly Place.
And when when Cupid is in the lair and appears and is talking like a sailor kind of thing.
We have a lot of really great episodes. I don't know if this is one of our winners. Not my favorite.
There's a couple of bits that I think are funny.
No, there's a couple of bits that are funny. I think the idea is funny. I think at the time in 2008, the baby scares the shit out of me. It's literally because it's this little tiny baby, right? And the mouth is awful. I'm sorry. The animated mouth is so bad.
Which, by the way, is completely different now. You know what I mean? We can have people speaking and you don't even know. They can animate the mouth so that you can speak whatever, different languages, German, Japanese, French, whatever it is, and you have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, and also not just the mouth.
The technology is better.
Yeah, the technology is insane.
This is a perfect example of how far we've come.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
And within a few years, we're not even going to know what's real anymore.
Skynet.
Skynet. Terminator.
Oh my God. I'm never going to live that down. Okay. So then she gets, Justin's upset that she's using magic. Alex then says that she's going to cancel Cupid, but Justin tells her that Cupid cannot be canceled once he has been ordered. He has to shoot somebody with the arrow, the intended target. He'll only leave when he's completed his mission. And then when Cupid arrives, he's fucking terrifying. And Max accidentally breaks Cupid. Well, come on. It's the mouth, and then it's also him being like, look, so anyway.
Yeah, no, it's odd. It's a very odd
The
Cupid.
concept is funny. The execution is terrifying.
I agree.
This baby's going to murder me in my sleep. I'm going to have nightmares about this baby murdering me in my sleep. So Max accidentally breaks Cupid's only arrow, which he goes, I'm a baby. They barely trust me with one. For plot armor. So he's unable to shoot Teresa. Alex, Justin, and Max decide to lock Cupid in the lair until they figure out what to do.
With that massive lock.
That, again, dragon, never see it again.
Yeah.
Never see it again. Teresa walks into the kitchen as soon as they lock up the lair. Her and Jerry are still arguing. And then everybody in the sub shop goes, oh, when Jerry.
Which is funny.
It's a good callback.
Yeah.
They ask what the kids are up to. Cupid starts making this weird noise like he's like a baby crying. And Max imitates it, saying that he has a terrible stomach ache, which Justin says is from influ cupidosa, which is just, obviously it's from influenza, but, just ridiculous.
It's cute.
It's cute. Which also, why not a dead giveaway to the parents?
Yeah, well, the parents aren't maybe that bright.
They're focused on the fight.
Exactly.
I got you. But it's cool to see from season 1 to season 2, because season 1 we talked about Harper's trying to find her style, and in season 2 she's finding it.
Yes, and very uniquely.
Very uniquely. Well, our costume department and I finally were like,
so good.
and the writers too, because sometimes they would write in what the theme was. So she shows Alex a sweater she just made for Justin.
Oh,
it's gross.
I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but if it was like a real sweater made out of your hair,
yeah,
which is interesting because a hair shirt. I did a movie called Hair Shirt with Nev Campbell, and it got turned into Too Smooth.
Okay.
But a hair shirt is like a medieval torture device.
Oh.
It was like something that was too tight, and you would tighten
Was it made of hair?
Everybody can just look that up. Trust me.
I'm going to. But it was so.
I think it was like burlap. It was like something that was like very uncomfortable. It was like a torture device thing.
Because I had a phase a little bit before Wizards. I was a weird kid. I was super into like medieval torture.
Yeah.
And the first studio teacher that we had, Maura, on Wizards, she had been my studio teacher when I did an episode of House. And she was so sweet because she acknowledged that I was a weird little kid. And she was like, hey, there's this. She took me to a museum, kind of like a field trip, because as an actor on sets, I never got to go on field trips. So she said, let's go on a field trip on one of our off days to go to this medieval torture exhibit. And I was like, great.
Amazing.
Awesome. So weird. So weird. I still am fascinated by it.
I'm not sure where we were, but we were traveling. And there was like a medieval torture thing. And like they had like thumb things and like the rack where they would pull people apart.
Angel wings are the gnarliest ones.
What is that?
I mean, there's a lot of really gnarly ones. I mean,
what?
They splay open. I'm sorry for anyone who's squeamish, but they splay open the back, like your back rib cage, and they open it up, and it looks like angel wings. It's super fucked up.
Yeah.
But I think I'm interested in it because I'm just. It's the same reason I like true crime. It's because I'm so fascinated at like the level of good people can have and the level of bad.
Like how demented they can be.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that like going to a public execution was like the entertainment for the week is crazy.
Right.
That's
Let's go watch a hanging. Or no, I'm going to see a movie.
But if you look at like cancel culture and stuff, it's kind of like a digital hanging sometimes, And so it's interesting just how human nature doesn't really change.
There's a problem with this now, and somebody said that there was a professor that was AI'd saying racial slurs and stuff like that. He got fired, but you can get a call now from your granddaughter going, "Hey, Grandma, I'm in prison.
AI freaks me out.
Please send me the money." And it's like the real voice, and so that's why. And this is silly, but I think every family needs to have a safe word. You have to know, well, what's the safe word? Pineapple, or
But all our devices are listening to us. How can
I understand?
I literally, you say pineapple, I'm going to start having pineapple stuff show up on my phone.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it.
Yeah,
it is what it is,
I get it.
Though.
Well, then rotate your safe word or write it down and don't say it.
Yeah, but I just don't trust it.
I know it's weird,
Let's
but
go
everybody.
Back to analog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just don't communicate with anyone in the family. That's good too.
You cut them all off. Cut them out.
But this safe word thing is a thing.
No, it makes sense. How do you know it's just the whole AI concept, and that's a whole rabbit hole we don't have to go down. But like it freaks me out, and I understand the merit of it. I understand why it can be really great, but I think it's really scary when the people that are at the forefront of developing it are saying, "Hey, we need to pause for a second because this is developing so fast."
Yeah.
And we have to put parameters on it because think about it. Like the human race is kind of an invasive species. What's going to stop something from being so intelligent to being like, oh, I see what the problem is. It's people. Let's take them out. Terminator.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I'm concerned, not just about
going to
our
the woods.
industry or about our safety. I'm going to the woods.
I'm going to the woods.
I'm going off the grid somewhere.
Yes, I love it. I'm selling everything. I'm going to the woods.
I'm out.
I'm out. Bye, guys.